really don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, science has shown that a person's character isn't really established until he's at least 5 years old.
But I am 5. I'm more than 5.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes.
The only thing wrong with Charlie Brown is his lack of self-confidence. Well, his inferiority and his lack of self-confidence. Oh, there's his clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of self-confidence. Oh, his stupidity, his clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of self-confidence.
Did you know that Charlie Brown has never pitched a winning baseball game, never been able to keep a kite in the air, never won a game of checkers, and never successfully punted a football? Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
It's truly a dog's life. I feel so neglected. Charlie Brown never brings me coffee in the morning.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Would you please hold still a minute, Charlie Brown? I want Linus to study your face. Now, Linus, this is what is known as a failure face. Study it carefully, Linus, for it has failure written all over it. Notice the deep lines, the dull, vacant look in the eyes. Yes, I would say this is one of the finest examples of a failure face you're liable to see for a long while.
Sometimes I wake up early and watch the sunrise and think how beautiful it all is and how my life lies before me. And I get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky's so clear and the sun's so bright. How could anything go wrong on a day like this? Lunchtime is about the worst time of the day for me. Always having to sit here alone. Of course, sometimes mornings aren't so pleasant either. Waking up and wondering if anyone would ever miss me if I never even got out of bed. Of course, there's the night, too. lying there and thinking about all the stupid things I've done during the day. And all those hours in between when I do all those stupid things. Well, lunchtime is among the worst times of the day for me. I guess I'd better see what I've got. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrists say that people who eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely. I guess they're right. And when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. Boy, the PTA sure did a good job of painting these benches. There's that cute little redheaded girl eating your lunch over there. I wonder what she would say if I walked up to her and asked her if I could sit and have lunch. Oh, she'd probably laugh right in my face. It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in. There's an empty spot next to her on the bench. There's no reason in the world why I couldn't just go over and sit next to her. I could do it right now. All I'd have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. Oh, I'm sitting down. I'm a coward. I'm so much of a coward, she wouldn't even think of looking at me. She hardly ever does look at me. In fact, I can't remember her ever looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Is there any reason in the world why she shouldn't look at me? Is she so great and I'm so small that she couldn't spare one little moment to... She's looking at me. She's looking at me.
No, Patty. You're thinking of that other dress. The one I wore to this fitness party. The one I was talking about was the very light blue one with the design embroidered around the waist. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, here, something like this. And the skirt went out like this, and had a stuffy sleeve and a sash like this. Oh, yes, I remember. Yes, well, that was the dress I was wearing last week. I had Frida, and she told me to see.
Lunchtime is among the worst times. If that little redheaded girl is looking at me with this stupid bag on my head, she must think I'm the biggest fool alive. But if she isn't looking at me, then I can take it off quickly and she'd never notice. Oh, on the other hand, I can't tell if she's looking or not until I take it off. But if I never take it off, I'll never have to know whether she's looking or not. On the other hand, very hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Oh well, another lunch hour over with. Only 2,863 more to go.
Do you know something, Schroeder?
newspapers too much for granted. We don't really appreciate the miracle that is the modern daily newspaper. You know, it's difficult to put into words just why one likes a newspaper.
Well, I like a newspaper because you don't have to dial it. Spends his time restoring antique automobiles, or building model trains, or collecting old telephones, or even studying about the Civil War.
Really?
This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Certainly. And this is good for it helps these men to cope with their everyday problems. Now I feel it's going to be absolutely necessary for me to get my blanket packed, so I'm just going to have to give it a good
Yank!
It's surprising what you can accomplish with a little smooth talking and some fast action.
Oh, Snoopy! You're such a sweet doggy. I wish I could give you a big kiss. But of course I can't.
The curse of a fuzzy face.
Happiness is a fleeting thing, Patty, but I think that a man can really come closer to it by directing the forces of his life towards a single goal that he believes in. And I think that a man's personal search for happiness is not really a selfish thing either, because by achieving happiness himself, he can help others to find it. Does that make sense to you?
We had spaghetti at our house 3 times this week. What would you think, Schroeder, if someday you and I got married and we were so poor that you had to sell the piano to buy me saucepans?
Saucepans.
Well, sure. You don't expect me to set up housekeeping without a good set of saucepans, do you?
Saucepans?
Well, girls have to think about those things. Boys are lucky. Boys never have to think about things like saucepans.
I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Here's the fierce jungle pounding his mighty chest as the other animals cower in the distance. As he throws back his head, he emits a terrifying roar. How humiliating.
What's the matter, Patty?
Oh, I was trying to grow, and everything was fine. And then, all of a sudden, it seemed so futile.
I made a terrific trophy.
It's not fair! You promised me a party for my birthday, and now you say I can't have one? It's not fair!
You're not using the right strategy.
What?
The more you fuss, the worse off you'll be. Why not admit it was all your own fault? Why not go up to Mom and say to her, I'm sorry, dear mother. I admit I've been bad and you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good. That's much better than ranting and raving. All that does is prove her point.
I'm sorry, dear mother. I admit I've been bad. And you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good.
loved the country. He quite often liked to take long strolls into the countryside. He loved the peace and the quiet of the country. They were an inspiration to him.
Give me that ball, you blackhead!
Beethoven had it nice.
Hi, Snoopy. We're home from school. Hey there, fella. Gosh, it's good to see you.
Oh, Snoopy, you're so adorable!
Okay, Snoopy. After your doghouse, I'll be out later with your supper.
I think Snoopy's a wonderful guy!
Me too. He's just about the best there is. They like me. I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turn out so well? Pleasant day, pretty sky, life goes on. Here I lie, not bad at all. Cozy home, board and bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad at all. Faithful friend, always near me. They bring me bones, scratch my ear. Little birds come to cheer me every day. Sitting here upon my stomach with their sharp little claws. Usually cold, occasionally painful, and sometimes just so many of them, I can hardly count it. I feel every now and then like I want to bite someone. I know every now and then what I want to be. A fierce jungle animal crouched on the limb of a tree. I'll wait very, very still till I see a Beethoven come. I'll wait knowing very well every second counts. And then like the fierce jungle creature I am, I will pounce. I pounce. I pounce. I whoop. Gee, I never realized just how far down to the ground it was from here. Oh. Now let me see. Where was I? Oh, that's right. Pretty skies, not bad at all. I wonder if it's gonna snow tonight. I think I'll walk right up to that little redheaded girl and introduce myself. I think I'll introduce myself, and then I think I'll ask her to come over here and sit next to me. I think I'll ask her to sit next to me, and then I think I'll tell her how much I've always admired her. Oh, I think I'll flap my arms and fly to the
What makes you think you could just come right in here and take over?
These 5 fingers, individually, they are nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force terrible to behold.
What channel do you want? Why can't you guys get organized like that?
Linus, you know what I intend? I intend to be a queen. When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in this big palace with a big front lawn, and I'll have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out on my coach, all the people will wave, and I will shout at them. And
See, I believe queen is an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure. A person can only become queen by being born into the royal family of the correct lineage, so that she can assume the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. I can't think of any possible way that you could ever become a queen. I'm sorry, Lucy. It's true.
And in the summertime, I will go to my summer palace, and I'll wear my crown and swimming and everything. And then when I go out of my coach, all the people will cheer, and I will shout at them, and what do you mean I can't be queen? It's true. Nobody should be kept from being a queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic. There must be a loophole. This sort of thing always has a loophole. Why, I bet a few places of lovely correspondence, and I get to be queen in no time.
I think I'll watch television.
I know what I'll do. If I can't be a queen, then I'll be very rich. I'll work and I'll work until I'm very rich, and then I'll buy myself a queendom.
Good grief.
Yes, I'll buy myself a queendom, and then I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen. And then, when I go out in my coach, all the people will wave and they will shout at me. And oh my goodness, oh.
What's the matter, Lucy?
Huh?
What happened to your queendom?
Oh, back. I've decided to give it up. I'm going to devote my life to cultivating my natural beauty. year, I sent 58 and only received 61. Am I right in blaming this on the zip code?
This is for you, Lucy. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, no, that doesn't sound right. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, you can do it if you just don't get nervous. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, you can do it. Just keep calm. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Merry Christmas. Hi, Patty. Oh, you dropped something. Hey, what is all this?
Oh, these are valentines for all the boys in school that I like.
We wouldn't want you to lose this one with the initials CB on it.
No, I guess not. Chris Arvin would be very disappointed.
I can't stand it. Look at them over there, laughing and enjoying themselves with their valentines. I sent a valentine to everyone I know this year. And did I get any in return? No, not one. I did not receive one valentine. Everybody gets valentines but me. Nobody likes me. You get about as many valentines as a dog. My stomach hurts. Everything's going wrong. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie Brown. Maybe there's something I can do to help. I think what you need to do is to come right out and admit all the things that are wrong with you.
Do you think that will help?
Certainly.
Oh, all right, I'll try. I'm not very handsome or clever or lucid. I've always been stupid at spelling and numbers. I've never been much playing football or baseball or stickball or checkers or marbles or ping pong. I'm usually awful at parties and dances. I stand like a stick, or I cough, or I laugh, or I don't bring a present, or I spill the ice cream, or I get so depressed that I stand and I scream. Oh, how could there possibly be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly, blah as me?
Well, that's okay for a starter.
Starter?
Certainly. You don't think that mentioning a few superficial failings is going to do you any good, do you? Why, Charlie Brown, you really have to know. You're stupid, self-centered, and moody.
I'm moody.
You're terribly dull to be with.
Yes, I am. And nobody likes me, not Rita or Shermy or Linus or Schroeder
Or Lucy.
or Lucy
Or Snoopy.
or Now wait a minute. Snoopy likes me.
He only pretends to like you because you feed him. That doesn't count.
Or Snoopy. Oh, why was I born just to be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly?
Wait! You're not very much of a person.
That's certain.
And yet there is reason for hope.
There's hope.
For although you are no good at music like Schroeder, or happy like Snoopy, or lovely like me, you have no distinction to me. No one else but the singular, remarkable, unique Charlie Brown.
I'm me.
Yes, it's a
Lucy, a true friend.
That'll be 5 cents, please.
Hi, Snoopy. How's it been?
Hi, Snoopy, cute doggy.
How you doing, Tiger?
Hiya, fuzzy face.
Hi, Snoopy.
Nobody ever calls me Sugar Lips.
Homework? Yeah!
A book report on Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit. Peter Peter Rabbit is a stupid book about the stupid rabbit who steals vegetables from other people's gardens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 83 to go.
The name of the book about which this book report is about is Peter Rabbit, which is about this rabbit. I found it very I like the part where no. It was it reminded me of Robin Hood. And the part where Little John jumps from the rock, the sheriff of Nottingham's back. Then Robin and everyone swung from the trees in a sudden surprise attack. And they captured the sheriff and all of them. And carried him back to their camp in the woods. And the sheriff was guessing their dinner and all, but he wiggled away and he sounded the call. Smash in the arrows flow. Peter Rabbit is sort of that kind of thing too.
We found our people's name was McGregor. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
In examining a work such as Peter Rabbit, it is important that the superficial characteristics of its deceptively simple plot should not be allowed to blind the reader to the more substantial fabric of its deeper motivations. In this report, I plan to discuss the sociological implications of family pressures so great as to drive an otherwise moral rabbit to perform acts of thievery, which he consciously knew were against the law. I also hope to explore the personality of Mr. McGregor and his conflicting roles as farmer and humanitarian.
If I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is not good at all. I'll get a fresh start tomorrow, and it's not due till Wednesday, so I'll have all of Tuesday unless something should happen. Why does this always happen? I should be outside playing, getting fresh air and sunshine. I work best under pressure, and there'll be lots of pressure if I wait till tomorrow. I should start writing But sometimes, even when I'm feeling very low, I see some little thing that somehow renews my faith. Something, well, like that leaf, for instance, clinging to its tree in spite of wind and storm. That makes me think that courage and tenacity are two of the greatest values a man can have. Suddenly, my old confidence is back, and I know things aren't half as bad as I made them out to be. I know that through the strength of his convictions, a man can move mountains, and I can proceed with full confidence in the basic goodness of my fellow man. I know that now. I know it. our teeth and bear down. I'm sure we can finish off the season with a beautiful...
Charlie Brown, is Lucy going to pitch again? Because if she is, I quit. You know what she does? She's always calling me out for secret conferences on the mound. And I go out there, see? I go out there for a secret conference on the mound. And do you know what she does? She kisses me on the nose.
We all just grit our teeth and bear down. I'm sure we can finish off the season.
Perhaps you shouldn't be a playing manager, Charlie Brown. Perhaps you should be a bench manager.
Oh, that'd be a great idea, Charlie Brown. You'd be a fantastic bench manager. You could say, bench, do this, or bench, do that. And when we get to the playing field, you could even be in charge of where we put the bench. You could say, let's put the bench here, or let's put the bench there.
Can't stand it.
What's the sense in our playing when we know we're gonna lose? If there was even a 1,000,000 to 1 chance we might win, it would make some sense.
Well, maybe there's not a 1,000,000 to 1 chance. But I'm sure there's at least a 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance. Come on, give me a T.
T!
Give me an E.
E!
Give me an A.
A!
Give me an M.
M!
What have you got?
Team! Team!
There is no team like the best team, which is our team right here. We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this year. And in no time, we'll be big time with the big league baseball stars. For all we have to do is win just one more game, and the championship is ours.
Dear pen pal, you'll never guess what happened today at the baseball game. It's hard to believe what happened today at the baseball game. I was the manager, Schroeder was catcher, and all of the team was the same as always, but somehow or other disaster struck at the baseball game.
Lucy, Charlie Brown! No! Lucy! No, it's me, Linus! Oh, well, that was a good try, Lucy. Come on, that's me, right here, me! Charlie, that's me! Charlie
Three balls, 2 strikes, the bases were loaded with 2 men out. I pitched my curve, but somehow he hit it a good strong cloud. Lucy, I hollered, it's coming right to you. She caught it as easy as pie.
Yes!
She dropped it high. Thank you for a team's morale to see their manager cry. Snoopy helped out by a runner, catching the ball in his teeth. Linus caught flies from a third-story window. would you please send directions on how I can get where you are? Your friend Charlie Brown.
You know, I hate to say it right to your face, Lucy, but it's true. You're a very crabby person. I know that your crabbiness has probably become so natural to you by now that you're not even aware when you're being crabby, but it's true just the same. You're a very crabby person, and you're crabby to just about everyone you meet. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Lucy, and I hope you take it in the spirit in which it's meant. I think we should all be open to any opportunity to learn more about ourselves. I think Socrates was very right when he said one of the first rules in life is to know thyself. Well, I guess I've said about enough. I hope I haven't offended you or anything.
What's Socrates got to do with it anyway, huh? Who is he anyway? Did he ever get to be king? Ha! Tell me that. Did he ever get to be king? Did he ever get to be king? Who was Socrates anyway? Know thyself, huh?
Hey, Snoopy, want to come out and help me get my arm back in shape? Now watch out for this one. It's my new fastball.
Excuse me a moment, Charlie Brown. But I wonder if you'd mind answering a few questions.
Sure, Lucy.
Well, I'm conducting a survey to enable me to know myself better. And first of all, I'd like to ask, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me in regards to crabbiness?
Well, Lucy,
Your balance need not be signed, and all answers will be held in strictest confidence.
Still, Lucy, that's a very hard question to answer.
You may have a few moments to think it over if you want, or we can come back to that question later.
I'd like to come back to it if you don't mind.
This next question deals with certain character traits you may have observed. In referring to personality, would you say that mine is A, forceful, B, pleasing, or C, objectionable? Would that be A, B, or C? What would your answer be to that, Charlie Brown? A, B, or C? What would you say, Charlie Brown?
Well, Lucy, I guess I have to say forceful.
Forceful. Very well then. I'll just put a check mark at the letter A. Now, would you rate my ability to get along with other people as poor, fair, good, or excellent?
I guess that all depends on what you mean by get along with other people.
You know, make friends. Sparkle in a crowd. That sort of thing.
Do you have a space for abstention?
Certainly. I'll just put a check mark at none of the above. This next question deals with physical appearance. In referring to my beauty, would you say that I was stunning, mysterious, or intoxicating?
I don't know, Lucy. You look just fine to me.
Stunning! All right, Charlie Brown. I think we should get back to that
answer to that question. You're gonna slug me.
Linus, a survey that is not based on honest answers is like a house that is built on a foundation of sand. Would I be spending my time conducting this survey if I didn't expect complete candor in all the responses? I promise not to slug you. Now, what would you give me as my crabbiness rating?
95.
No decent person can be expected to keep her word with a rating over 90. Now, I add these two columns together and that gives me my answer. There, it's all done. Now let's see what we've got. It's true. I'm a crabby person. I'm a very crabby person and everybody knows it. I've been spreading crabbiness everywhere I go. It's a wonder I have any friends left at all, or even associates. It's a wonder anyone will so talk to me. Oh, I've done nothing but make life miserable for everyone. I've done nothing but breed unhappiness and resentment. Oh, where did I go wrong? How could I be so selfish?
What's wrong,
Oh,
Lucy?
don't talk to me, Linus. I don't deserve to be spoken to. I don't deserve to breathe the air I breathe. I'm no good, Linus. I'm no good.
No, that's not true, Lucy.
Yes, it is. I'm no good, and there's no reason at all why I should go on living on the face of this earth.
Yes, there is.
Name one. Just tell me one single reason why I still deserve to go on living on this planet.
Well, for one thing, you have a little brother who loves you. Every now and then I say the right thing.
I know it's surprising, but I'm sure Lucy knows now she can't be crabby anymore. Where is everybody? I told them to be here. If we don't rehearse, we can't sing at the assembly tomorrow. Charlie Brown! Linus! Lucy!
Give me that pencil, you blockhead!
No, not till you give me back my crayon.
That's my best pencil, you blockhead. If you don't give me back my pencil, I'll tell Patty what you said about her.
Oh, stop that. We've got to rehearse, and you're late.
Linus, what did you say about me? He said
Lucy!
Stop that! I'm sorry I'm late. But Snoopy was there's no time to be sorry.
What did he say? He said
Lucy!
you...
This is a moving piece. We have to paint a picture with music and words. And concentrate, Linus. Remember, adagio con brio.
Oh,
Give me a home where the buffalo run, where the deer and the antelope play,
my pencil.
where sound drum is heard, a discouraging word,
Not on your life.
skies are not cloudy all day.
Like you tell me to hold it in the
supper in the red dish and my water in the yellow dish? One of these days, I'm going to have my food in the yellow dish and my water in the red dish. Life's too short not to live it up a little.
Linus, did you fill out those forms that Miss Akbar gave us in school today?
Uh-huh. I put down my name, my address, and my zip code.
Well, what did you put where it said family doctor?
I wasn't too sure, so I put down Dr. Seuss.
My teeth are tingling. I feel like I have to bite someone before sundown, or I'll go start craving mine. But I know society frowns on such a thing. So what happens? I'm left with tingly teeth.
Hooray for Barry Manilow!
I hate cats. Cats are the crabgrass on the lawn of life. I'm a cat hater, a cat loather, and a cat despiser. Also scared to death of them.
Oh, here comes my little baby brother Linus with his little blankie.
There's your baby brother with this silly blanket.
Well, you know how babies are with their blankets.
I'm gonna rock and I'll run Transylvania!
Sometimes I feel like I should just pull up stakes, move out of here, broaden my horizons, meet new people. But something binds me to this spot. An old supper dish.
Hi, Linus, where you going?
Lucy's teaching me, Charlie Brown. She says a sister is responsible for the education of her little brother. So she's teaching me. Boy, is she intelligent.
Come along, Linus. Do you see this tree? It's called a fruit tree. It's called a fruit tree because it gives us fur coats. It also gives us wool in the wintertime.
I never knew that before. That's very interesting.
This is an elm tree. It's very little, but it will grow up into a giant tree. And an oak. You can tell how old it is by counting its leaves.
Gosh, Lucy, that's fascinating.
I'm sorry, Lucy, I don't mean to interfere,
And
but
way up there, those fluffy little white things. Those are clouds. They make the wind blow. And way down there, those tiny little black things. Those are bugs.
Ew.
They make the grass grow.
Is that so?
Yes, they run around all day long, tugging and tugging at each tiny little seedling until one day it grows into a great, tall blade of grass.
Boy, that's amazing.
oh, good grief.
And this thing here is called a hydrant. They grow all over, and no one seems to know just how a little thing like that gets so much water. You see that bird? It's called an eagle. And since it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And on Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them.
I'm sorry, Lucy, but I cannot stand idly by and listen to
And high up there, the tiny stars and planets make the rain that falls in showers. And when it's cold and winter is upon us, the snow comes up, just like the flowers.
Now, wait a minute, Lucy, I know that's wrong. Snow doesn't come up, it comes down.
After it comes up, the wind blows it around so that it looks like it's coming down. But actually it comes up out of the ground. Snow comes up, Charlie Brown. Snow comes up.
Oh, good grief.
shell of a dog. And there's my supper dish, empty. But that's okay, he'll remember. He'll remember tomorrow after school when he comes home and there's no furry friend there to feed him. Then he'll remember. He'll rush out to the doghouse, but it'll be too late. All that'll be left is a big hollow shell. All that's left is the bleached bone.
Snoopy, are you asleep or something? I've been standing here a whole minute with your supper.
Supper time. Supper time. Behold, which is brought forth to ease our hunger. Behold, the flowing flag and moist and sweet, which is brought forth to slake our thirst.
Snoopy, there's no need for a big production. Just get down off your house and eat.
And it's supper time. Yes, it's supper time. And it's supper time. During this time of day. It's supper time. Yes, it's supper time. And it's supper. During this time of day.
Bring on the soup dish, bring on the cup, bring on the barrel, and fill me up with its supper time. Bring on the dog, bring on the dog, bring on the barrel, and roll me home, 'cause it's supper, 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 supper time.
Wintertime's nice with the ice and snow. Summertime's nice with a place to go. Bedtime, overtime, halftime, too. They just don't hold a candle to my summertime. Oh, yes. Bring me home, Johnny. Bring on the hamper, bring on the bun. That means little puppy love. Everyone gets supper. Supper, supper, supper. Super supper, supper.
Snoopy! Will you spill it all over? Now cut that out! Why can't you eat your supper quietly and calmly like any normal dog? So what's wrong with making supper time a joyous occasion? Do-do-do-do-do-dee.
Well, I don't know, Linus. It looks like an airplane to me, the way the lights are blinking on and off. Schroeder, is that an airplane or a star?
I do believe that is a star. However, it could be a planet, you know. Or maybe even a satellite.
You know, it could be a satellite. I wonder.
Well, we'll never find out by just standing here.
Where are you going?
I'm coming over here to get a closer look.
After supper time, I like to sit up here and listen to the sounds of the night. You know, there's something missing. Oh! If you ask me, that's exactly what was needed.
That little redheaded girl dropped her pencil. It's got teeth marks all over it. She nibbles her pencil. She's human. Maybe it hasn't been such a bad day after all. Happiness is finding a pencil.
Pizza with sausage.
Telling the time.
Happiness is learning to whistle.
Tying your shoe for the very first time.
Happy Christmas.